Building your online business?
We good, guys? Can you? We give it. Are we better now? We should be. We should be lag free now. So to do some tweaks. To do some tweaks. But we should be good. Should be good in the hood. Yeah, we good. Yeah, we good. Let's get some. Let's get some. So first day back for me, guys. I've had a few days off with surgery last week, and then obviously we had bank holiday yesterday. So it's good to be back. Already taken a couple of trades this morning inside our RP with the Red Pill crew. That's the benefit of being inside Red Pill. You trade with me during London on occasion, every day. So we traded this very low. Oosh. Anybody not a Red Pill here? I'm just going to repeat myself to everybody who's already been here. Was everybody Red Pill on today? Everybody's Red Pill. Alright. What's up, Ainsley? Yeet skis. Me not. Me no. You've got the daily plans though, Marius, if I'm right. If I remember right. Did you catch the trade this morning, Marius? Sorry. Using the daily plans. I was a boo-boo. Why not? Why not, Marius? What's wrong with you, son? What's wrong with you, boy? Well, yeah, it's gonna get in the way for sure. So a couple of trades this morning, long and short. So mitigation today of this 15-minute range. So that's mitigation. Order block underneath engineered liquidity. Yoosh. There's your order block. So there was my entry right off mitigation, and then we traded it all the way back up into a premium, and we dialed in on the 5-minute balance price range, which was in here. So went long, and then flipped short, and then my runners got stopped out for break even. So those are my trades this morning, which are these trades. So in at 62, I think it was, out to 81, out to 83, and then shorting 999s, and then down to 590, then 580, then stopped at what's that? 96600. Let's see break even on the runners. So those are my trades this morning. This is allowed. Right, runners are allowed to get stopped. Indeedy. So currently in no man's land at the minute. Half anticipating higher prices to get back up into potentially the midnight open price. We've got a void up here, which is gaping, which is up at 27. But I don't particularly want to chase price. So I'm just waiting to see what price does now. We've got news at 8:30. We've got Empire State Manufacturing Index. You've got to love that name, haven't you? Empire State Manufacturing. And then on the high, we've got a potential for an H1 to M5 model. And if we start breaking through those levels, hold on to your seats, because we're going up again, guys. We're taking the roller coaster back up. We're doing another loop-de-loop. We're doing another loop-de-loop. So if this low holds, we have the potential for my mitigation 62 model, which is 2635. This level changes with this low. So whenever this low gets put in, or a new low, your 62 changes. So what did I say it was? 3475, right? Just above it though, we have H1 to M5, and then beyond that we've got 15 to 1 model. So there is context why prices want to come and drive out these highs. And then beyond that, I'm going to be looking at a fill on this daily SIBI. But what I'm mindful on ES is how ES has still got this low, which is yesterday 2 o'clock, which is a divergence on that low. So I am mindful of that. And we also have weak lows down on the 15, which are down the whole cycle at 2500. So two levels which are in the back of my mind for later on in the session. But for right now, just played a bounce out of London and just waiting for price to consolidate ahead of Empire State Manufacturing. So we've basically got liquidity on both sides of the market here. Just going to wait for one to be taken and then look towards playing the other, subject to sort of context and what's happened leading into that. So for lower prices on ES, for ES to come and take out this high, you don't want ES to take out the current daily high. You'd want it to go and start working out towards the liquidity on the hourly. Which for me, first point is this low, which is the divergence with NQ. Right, so this low, which is yesterday at 2 o'clock. Yesterday at 2 o'clock is all the way up here, right? So ES is gaping on this low. It's also miles ahead of NQ in terms of where we are on the highs. So I'm conscious about longs with that low in play. And on NQ, if we start ripping through the highs, yeah, I'll be looking. So my first point of interest is 634. Beyond that, H1 to M5, 15 to 1 model. Beyond that, I'll just be sitting on my hands and looking for a fill on this daily SIBI. So you want to be mindful that we've had news. I don't know if they've all dropped now. Let me just double check. So you still the only one you've had drop so far is Ericsson or Telephone. So we've still got a lot of earnings to drop this morning. So we've got Bank of America still to drop, Citigroup still to drop, Goldman Sachs, Johnson & Johnson still to drop their earnings. So they can drop anywhere between now and the open. And we've got Empire State Manufacturing as well. So inside of here, you just want to be super careful. This is engineering liquidity in here. Bum, 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 bum. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out and ask me. You're more than welcome to. I don't bite, I promise. But right now, I don't particularly want to go long with this 15-minute. These often get revisited, especially when you're in consolidation. These lows. So when it's got no power of 3, when it's had no manipulation on a candle, it's super sus. Price often revisit. So I don't particularly want to go long with that in play, and I also don't want to go short right here with the with the void up on the highs. So essentially, if you're holding runners from this low, which is where we got in this morning, you'd just be holding runners to come and get up into this void. Versus trying to short and long in here, you'd just be holding runners, lambs to slaughter. I'm currently flat. I took all my runners, I took all my positions out here and flipped short. So I currently don't have any positions left. So just sat still, waiting, patience. If it turns out, for those who have not spoken to you in a while, but have been on my stream, so Dixie got down to our level where we're anticipating it to bounce, beautiful. At which point we were anticipating a gold sell-off, which is also what we got, which is beautiful. So I've been trading gold whilst I've not been with you lot. So the shorts on gold, been lovely, lovely stuff. So as soon as gold hit our level, I was saying, as soon as gold hits 100, this is when you're going to start looking to short gold. So that's been good. So I'm half anticipating gold to rebound with indexes pull back. Not gold, oil. Missed that long anyway. So yeah, half anticipating a pullback on gold indexes sell off. We want to be mindful in here with Dixie in terms of where we are right now. This mean threshold, this rejection block. We've also got a potential for an H1 to M5 on Dixie as well. So you want to be mindful in here for a pullback, which should be working out towards this low. So yesterday's low. Another NASDAQ divergence on the high. So that takes us above Tuesday 16th. Yeah, across the NASDAQ, so Qs and NDX. Okay, that was miles away. Yeah, so it's a day to enter pay yourself hold runners if you're. It's not a day for Hail Marys for me today. Got strong arguments for both. For price continuation, you've got Nasdaq divergence on the high. Arguments whether it's going to do that today is on a day with no news is suspect. But we've got all these earnings coming out pre-market open, so you can use that for volatility plus ES Manu. So I'm just going to wait to see what happens on news, see where they look to drive us. So it should be 690 on with settlement off. Which will get us up into a fill. On the daily SIBI. So for those of you who have grabbed the g'day mate. For those of you who have grabbed the daily plans for today, so you'll have my levels in there. All my levels. So extreme levels on the high, 2710. This is where a point of interest for me on the high. We'll take out the Nasdaq divergence on the continuous. We've got UK CPI tomorrow, so want to be mindful of that for volatility. On the lows, week low on the 15 down at 497, which is what I'm mindful on the low, which is all the way back down here So those holding the bag at 25. And then above that we had what we bounced this morning, which is mean threshold of the daily SIBI and M15 mitigation 565. Essentially that's what we bounced this morning. Yeah, then beyond that we've got the gap fill on the lows. And so those are my extremes for today. So if you're bearish, you're looking at this weak low on the M15 and then a gap fill. And on the highs, I'm looking for it to get up to the NASDAQ divergence. So basically total suiting yesterday's high. So right here where we are at the moment, it's a bit like it's no man's land. So this was just a pullback into the range, this point of origin. So it's 15-minute dealing range. This here, this accumulation inside fair value. So which is a point of origin. So basically traded price from up here, from this low, from the order block underneath engineered liquidity. 15-minute order block. Trading it back up into that point of origin, at which point went short. So flipped it short and then stopped out on my runners. So is my trades this morning, long, short. There's no entry here for me. I'll be honest with you, Judas Joe. I'm completely where we are now. I'm 50-50. This morning during London, it was clear for a pullback. Where we are right now, leading into manufacturing, I'm completely open for them to driving out both. There is absolutely clear indication for both. So for me, it's a case of just waiting for the market to tip its hand and then trading accordingly, versus trying to trade mid-range on a day. It's not. You know, this isn't this isn't high probability. This is high probability. This is not. So yeah, I've got arguments for both. I've got arguments for ES to come and drive down and take out this divergence on the low, which is down at 2 o'clock on yesterday, which would pull NQ down, which should work us down towards clearing out these lows, getting down to this weak low. But I've also got arguments for price to come and drive up for my mid 62, also to get back up into this inefficiently delivered range up on the high on the 1 minute. And then ultimately going to take out that NASDAQ divergence. So I've got both, arguments for both. That's when you just have to be completely open and transparent. And when it's like that and it's not absolutely clear, that's when you got to know when to be able to sit still. Right? Not every trading session or every half an hour window is going to have a trading opportunity in it. That's high probability, right? You know, that's the art of patience and being professional about it and waiting for price to come to you versus you trying to force price. And this is when most traders get chopped up or caught out because they're trying to force something which isn't clear because they're just desperate to take a trade. But if I had a gun to my head, and it was like, you got to make a decision today, boy. I'd anticipate them to go and drive up first. So this 15-minute low is suspect. Bum, 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 bum. How'd you guys get on yesterday? Did you trade all right? Did you get green yesterday? What's the situation? Did you guys get in sync with it? Did y'all get in sync with it, or did you get in sync with it? I don't trade bank holiday, so I didn't trade yesterday. But if you caught the daily plans, was 640 was my level for a short. So we finally reached my target on the highs. Bum, 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 bum. Anybody take a trade yesterday? Anybody? If Rambo, if you're about, I heard you took a good trade, bro. I think Jamal was telling me he took a good trade yesterday. Yeah, I saw the one in the PM. You're welcome, Rambo. Yeah, if you're trading ES yesterday, ES was pretty clean. Unusual. It's been a while since ES has been like that. Just double check where this gap is on NQ. So if anyone's inside red pill, you'll know what the rules are in here, right? This is when you anticipate it. Fuming, I missed that entry on gold. Crude. Annoyed at myself. but you just got a bit of patience. So the reason why gold is a bounce is where DIX is. So I'm anticipating a pullback on Dixie. Take out this previous day's low. So essentially it's a breaker block on gold, right? This in here. So as you'll know, if you get consolidation on indexes, which is half anticipating what I'm expecting today, with there being absolutely no news whatsoever, you often get range in commodities. Inverted fair value gap on the daily as well. If we can get back up into premium on this 15 on gold, I might look at a short. Come work out these lows. So as expected, anticipating it's going to drive the highest first. 2 seconds, guys. Just need eau de toilette. Una memento. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up? So it's the beauty of X levels. I don't know how many of you on stream have been have watched the free mentorship deep dive with 2 degrees and so forth on the X levels. if you've got a better grasp of how to utilize it, or how to utilize them, I should say. But this would be a classic example of just like using it as a scalp. So breaking on the one here, back down to a 5-minute discount. Still not quite fulfilled the objective on a high for me here. I want to at least get up to 71. It's such an obvious number for a short here, 71. So back down to a discount. In this instance, you'd want to pay yourself inside your premium again and then hold runners to take out the high if you were long. Exactly the same principle that we're seeing here on NQ. Same principales. Bom, 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 bom. Oh, she hungry. She hungry for higher prices. Get some. Where's gold at? What's gold now? So this is where you'd want to be paying yourself, right? You know, so if you went up to 53, up to 75, beautiful, lovely little scalp. If you want to hold runners, hold runners. It's a nice little trade that. Good morning, Jamal. What's going on, son? What's going on, son? Boom, boom, boom. So if you're taking this short, you'd want to be paying yourself in here 90% of your positions off because you're trading without confirmation, right? So that'd be your turtle suit entry. external range, external, external. So you paid here, holding runners to take out if you were taking that trade. But 90% of your positions would be off here, given we're so close to news. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. So we still got that void that's wide open at 67, 27, sorry. So my real first interest for a short is up at 35 on NQ, which is my MIT 62 model. So just sitting still from the longs this morning. Hey, see how you're just holding runners if it wants to go and drive out that high. Gold, I want to see how it interacts inside this inside of a premium of this 15. It's all the way up at 68. Yeah, you read the daily plan, Jamal? Oh, sorry guys, just seeing your messages. Really, really good video making. Morning. Just doing final workouts. Oosh. Get some. Be ready for open. We'll chill now. Brief over what happened if you okay, 1 second. On NQ 15-minute DR, so look. Yeah. Yes, sir. The reason why I still got this one here is because it's weak low, so it's just a guide for my eyes more than anything. But yes, sir. Excellent. Give a brief overview from price so far. Yeah, sure. So this morning, just anticipating a pullback. So this is now starting to a bit like a car crash. But if we are anticipating higher prices, what we're going to look for every single time? What's our immediate thing going to be? Especially if Asia high is not being tagged yet. What we're going to do? What we're going to know? What's the first thing you should look for? Discount, sure, absolutely, but what else? Begins with an X. Begins with a goddamn X. X-ray, oh my god. Someone shoot me now. Put me back in hospital. I swear it's you lot that's putting me there. X levels, right. So the first thing I'm always thinking about is what's the X level that price can respect? So what do we do when we have an X level where we can anticipate higher prices from? What are we going to start doing? What are we going to start doing? Oh my God. Fuck Jesus Louise. God, is it? What else are we going to do? We're going to think about context. We're going to think about what could potentially happen. What else could be driving price higher? Do we have any Nasdaq divergences? Where does Dixie currently sit? What's the current weekly profile? Do we have any wider divergences on the highs? Yada yada yada. Right. So I'm not going to go through all that on YouTube. You guys know the drill. So, anticipating higher prices, what is one of the models that we utilize for higher prices? Especially if you trade London. But what we're going to look for? What we're going to look for to support price? Yeah, absolutely. Asia London Session Judas, especially if the Asia high is not being boxed. But what else? What we're going to look to support price, if we're looking for higher prices, what we're wanting our Judas to do, our purge, where are we wanting the purge to go to then set off our Judas? What are we wanting? Right, but into what? Sweep into what? Jesus Christ. What? Exactly. Order block. Right. So if you're trading higher prices and you anticipate higher prices and you've got your purge on the Asia low, you're going to look for your 15-minute order block underneath engineered liquidity. So sweeping, accumulating these stops. Pac-Man. Your order block to support. Your 15-minute order block underneath engineered liquidity. Right? So, we now have the basis to start framing a trade. X level. High time frame PD array. SIBI mean threshold. Alright. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking on gas. 15-minute order block. What else do we have inside a 15-minute order block? Inside this range on the 1 minute. An unmitigated range, right? So this high, low, breaks through, break of structure, unmitigated. So a mitigated range would be fair value. So we have an unmitigated range with a 15-minute order block underneath engineered liquidity, anticipating higher prices for divergences, right? And in the schematic of the Asia to London Session Judas swing. Oh, cooking on gas, right? So now it's just our principles of red pill. Red pill, you'll know what you're doing on these lows to frame your entries. So this is where we went long this morning. Yeet. Right in here. Bosh. No messing around. Thank you very much. Do you see any 2022s in there? No, you don't. Right, and then just using your X levels to scale out. So, if price is going to be an aggressive in a sell, you want to be mindful of fair value. This is your London dealing range. So, boom. Right, where we paid ourselves, hold runners for a premium, which which is where we paid ourselves. What can support price? What is going to support price inside of this premium? Again, same principles. You're looking for your PD rates to support or reject price, utilizing X levels. 5-minute balanced price range. Boom. Filled. Yeet skis. So what did we do when price got to that high? Oh shit. What do we do when price got to this high? It's actually in here. Flipped it. Now we're going short. All right, so I went long on NQ and then flipped it short on MNQ. So right in here, 5-minute BPR, 5-minute balanced price range, fill, yeet. Driving it back down into X levels, discount. And now I've got stopped on my runner at break even. So now, just been sat patient because we were in sort of no man's land, anticipating high prices, but no real safe entry for me to get in here. You're either in here long holding runners or you're not in it at all. Waiting for price to first buck, get up to mitigation 62, which is up at 34. All right, so going into this session right now, I'm mindful that we have a divergence on the low, on this low from yesterday at 2 o'clock with ES and NQ. I'm acutely aware of that low, which is this low. So I do not like this low. Me no likey. But I'm also aware that we have a Nasdaq divergence up on the high, which would create us turtle suiting yesterday's high. So I don't love it right now. I don't love the PA in terms of directional bias for this news outlet. So at the moment I'm just going to wait for news to deliver and then trade accordingly, if I trade at all. Already taken my trades this morning. It's always the same high. It's the very high. That high, this low. So your mid 62s coming in at like 35.50. So you've got news coming out in 5 minutes. You want to be mindful of that. First point of call on the high for me is mid 62. Beyond that, you got the fill on the H1 to M5 model, and then beyond that, you want to wait for a total suit on the previous day's high, which for me is I'll be looking up at around 700, which would be towards a fill on this civvy. Where's a yes at the minute? We have Empire State Manufacturing Index. It's an orange folder, yep. Your news folder should always include the GDP, so the news in UK, and your orange folders, and the red folders, obviously. So there you go. That would have given you your final terminus on crude. Gold, where you at? Just got an alert. All right. So for me, gold has got to hold on to this H1 to M5 model. If it goes through that, it's likely it's going to start driving up back through the highs. So I think we've still got earnings to be dropped today. Still waiting on the earnings. Let's have a look. So still waiting on the big banks to drop their earnings between now and the open. Anytime between now and the open. That is quite, you know, not that I care about news releases. I often find the information is just dead rubber, but that is quite a big swing on the Empire State Manufacturing Index. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, you will know that my background is real estate, we're feeling the costs at the moment in terms of construction costs. 11.9%. Jesus. Almost a 15-point swing. It's massive. I think the only thing that's propping the world up at the moment is the fact that you guys have got elections. That's pretty much it. I swear Dixie hasn't moved all day. All right, please. If you took the gold short, make sure you're paying yourself here, please. Like I don't like this delivery at all. So make sure you pay yourself. That's still $200 per contract if you took it. Well, it's actually over that. It's more like 300, but depending on where you got in. So if you got in on that H1 to M5, make sure you're paying yourself inside here. Holding runners going to take out and clear out this low. You'll be mindful this is a breaker block with a fair value gap, so you want to be paying yourself inside this BISI. So mean threshold will get you down to 2668, but you want to be taking off a lion's share here going into the open. So if you took the H1 to M5, make sure you're paying yourself. Anybody take the gold short out of interest? I imagine Red Pillars might have taken that. Andy took it. Make sure you're paying yourself, bro. I've taken the majority of my positions off there. So gold is NQ's in no man's land for me. So this low is still sus on the 15, and so is this high. So it's I'm completely flat on NQ. No interest. Just the longs and shorts this morning during London. So again, if you were trading crude, you crude up to here. If you were short, you're short of mitigation. Again, pay yourself, hold runners. Sorry guys, 2 seconds. Bank of Canada. Who cares? It's just Bank of Canada. No one really cares. But yeah, still waiting on earnings. It's also just the way we are. It isn't clear at the minute. So, you know, that's often shown in how the market delivers when it's not clear. But if you get consolidation on NQ or the indexes, you trade the commodity. You trade commodities. So you've had two opportunities there, right? long, mitigation, short. So you, if you're getting consolidation in indexes, just go to gold or crude. That's where you get range. Ainge, you're big on the Canadian dollar, mate. You're all over it. Anybody on YouTube in this short on gold? It's the very, very, very high, guys. That is your total suit entry. So if you're inside of this, your next TP will be mean threshold, which will get you down to 66830, which you want to be mindful of this unicorn. But beyond, if that breaks, just hold runners. So our objective inside Red Pill is always to be going short, waiting to go short on gold once Dixie hit 100. So for me, we're everything. Every time you look at gold, you just want to short it. Short the pops. So now you're just in the land of Runnervilles. If you're trading gold, you're just in the land of Runnervilles. I might be muted on, yeah, sorry, I might be muted on Discord. So now you're just holding runners. If you're in gold, you're just holding runners. So this is my H1 to M5 model. If you're wondering why I traded this is my H1 to M5 model. It just reeks of it's going to be a day for commodities day, not for indexes. Indexes, it's just got shit written all over it. I'm happy to be proved wrong, but both gold and crude have clear range, clear objectives. For me, gold is obviously to come clear out this low, whereas the indexes, it's not. So that's your next TP. All right. So everything from here, everything here is pure runners. All right. So if you want to take it back down into an hourly discount, be my guest. If you want to go for an absolute beaut of a trade to go and take out the previous day's low, be my guest. Previous day's low, sorry, this day's low. So for us, we're looking for this to fail. This unicorn. You might get a little pullback. Don't be shaken out if it does that. This is why you want 90% of your positions off in case you do get this pop back into here before continuing. All right. As bears, we want this to break. What did Gary Wynn say? What's up, Emilio? What's up, G? How's it going? Just melt gold. Get some. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, mate. You guys should be absolutely printing on YouTube. That's mitigation on this low. Just dump gold. Just dump. It's going to be my final terminus on gold. Final terminus on gold is 651. Top step. Gee, it's a late entry you got there, Emilio, bro. What was your entry there? What did you 70.50? So you're just going to hold runners till Hal Valor on gold now. For me, this is a setup of a sell. A long-term sell. I can't see it coming back. I cannot see it coming back. Andy, you still holding? Andy's gone for a walk. He's out of here. He's out of it. He's out. He needs to breathe. He needs to breathe. Too much money's getting printed. That's what it's all about, Andy, mate. Good stuff, bro. You find me someone else out there who's giving you that entry on gold. I dare you. I dare you. Double dare you. I double dare you. Go find them. Alright, let's see if we dropped all the earnings now. Let's have a look. Let's get these little puppies out of the way. Still no. What's wrong with you? Rambo's holding some micros, good stuff. It's been a while since we traded gold. Do you remember you guys inside a red pill? You said, you're going to trade gold. Why are you not trading gold? When are you trading gold? I said, we're going to wait. We're going to wait for Dixie to fulfill its objective. Then we're going to trade gold. So as soon as gold reached our objective, we then are going to wait for our breaks of structure, changing the state of delivery, and then we're off. Changing the state of delivery up on the high for those who know. And now we're bearish. So if you ever trade gold, you want to trade. You don't want to trade when it's consolidating. You want to wait for key levels on Dixie, and then trade with a long-term trend once Dixie has fulfilled its objective. The fuck just happened there? You don't want to trade gold when it's consolidating. You'll just get absolutely butchered. You have to stay patient and wait. So as soon as we got that on the low, changing the state of delivery, now we're off. Now we're bearish. So this is just an opportunistic trade using my H1 to M5 model. Turtle suit entry up on the high. Off she goes. Just waiting for these earnings to drop. How are we getting on YouTube today, guys? Are we green or are we green? Let's see how many popcorn eaters we've got. Let's see how many people eat popcorn. Let's see how many people actually execute. So if price is heavy, it's going to go out of here. It's not going to get back up. Might stub up at fair value, but this is where you just want it to be aggressive, heavy. Where's our earnings? open on this? 5, 6, 4, 6, 4. So I think that's the Asia high purge there. Yeah. So it's a fill on the H1 to M5. Just going to sit patient, wait for the open. I didn't take this short. I'm just waiting. So it's gone through mitigation 62. It's way too close to the open for me. We're still without the earnings dropped on the indexes. So what we've got to be mindful of is the NASDAQ divergence. So for me, I prefer to be up. If you've been and studied the daily plan, that's where at the moment I really want to be. So Phil's 28. So this is on the highs of 15 to 1. So you've got an H1 to M5. It's gone through the H1 to M5. So the last one is a 15 to 1, which will take you up into essentially this SIBI just above, which is where we are right now. It's a 15 to 1 model, which is where we are right now. High that is 56. So for me, for lower prices, I wouldn't want to see it through. For a pullback anyway, I wouldn't want to see it through the high of this H1 SIBI on the M1. If it goes through this H1 SIBI, we're going up to, we're taking out 700, going up for the NASDAQ divergence. Empire State Manufacturing. I told you it's really bad news. It's a 15-point swing on the Empire State. It's bad. 2 seconds. So we've cleared out the divergences on the high now. The only question left is whether it wants to go and drive out and go and run up for the previous day high, or whether it wants to leave that for later in the week. So at the moment, this H1 SIBI has to hold, otherwise it's going up to take the previous day high. So a quick look at this. So again, if you took the short, you'll be mindful of the X levels on this range here. So 36. First TP. Yes. So gold, you're just holding runners, take out a low. You want to have 90% of your positions off. By God, you want to have at least 90% of your positions off. You took this short with me on the H1 to M5, and literally just holding runners, take out the low. So if we drive through this SIBI, you'll be mindful of the Nasdaq divergence. So I'll be waiting for this high to go. So 26 would be a point of interest for me. 726. I fill on this H1 SIBI. So even if you're anticipating a buy day, you're going to anticipate a pullback in. You'd anticipate a pullback into a discount. So whether it total suits this high and goes up right into the high of this SIBI, that's okay for me. But also you're going to at 9:30 anticipate the high, and then you're going to look for it to come back into a discount. Even if it's a buy day, it's likely to come back into some form of short-term discount to then drive price higher. YM often goes and plays catch up on the lows late. That's what YM often does. So Yeah, so we've all taken that lower bar YM. And on the lows, if we get the sell-off that we're looking for, we come and take out this 15-minute low. This is down at 91. If we break this H1 SIBI, we're going to be going to take out this previous day high, at which point I'll be looking for a SIBI fill on the daily. Gold's just got to fair value, yeah. Make sure you're paying yourself. That's your first target. You printing or are you printing? Are you printing or are you printing? 15 to 1 model, baby. Bom, 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 bom. Geese. Geese. There you go, ladies and gents. Ah, bosh, aye, let's get some. She's gonna hold runners, come and take out this 15-minute low. Oh, you gotta love it. Patience. God damn it. Why can't I get rid of this? Did anybody else capture that? See how many people of you agree with me this morning. 67% of you have taken trades with me this morning. Get some. But those are mine on the shorts. 44 down to 35 and 22. So as I mentioned, like even if you're getting it on a buy day, you're going to get price coming back down into a discount every single time. Especially if you get your sweep pre 830. This range. This isn't X levels. This is purely just measuring a buy day profile, buy day template. So if you're a bullish bias, you'd be looking to go long outside with a discount. However, I was just looking to take the H1 SIBI short to come and get back down into a discount. That was my trade. Paid before retail get in. Now, if you're just holding runners, you're just holding runners in the direction of your draw. Like if you're bearish, you're anticipating this 15 to go. If you're bullish, you're driving out to take out this H1 SIBI and get up into a Nasdaq divergence on the high. I don't think we've got the juice for it today. It's still open, but I just don't feel like we've got the juice. We haven't got any news. So congrats for those who took the trades with me this morning. We traded some nice stuff on gold. Took some nice stuff on gold. A little bit of crude this morning. You guys, I wasn't on YouTube at that point in time. Nice little bounces this morning if you're inside of our pillage. We traded this long and short. Long, short. Haven't traded any of this. None of this interested me. Traded gold instead. And then just waited patient for my entry. 15 to 1 model. Looking to trade in alignment with either a buy day or a sell day, it doesn't matter. You'd be anticipating the same thing. So essentially price fulfilling your higher time frame objective in the New York AM session, leading into a New York AM session reversal, which for me, your safe objective is to go back down into a discount of this range in case it is a buy day, at which point this is where price would go out of on a buy day. However, if you think about it logically, in a sell day, you are going to pass go, right? On a sell day, you're going to pass go, right? You're going to come here even on a sell day, or a full not a sell day, a full New York AM session reversal, right? On a buy day, you're going to pass go. So for me, it makes sense to come and short back down here because I know both sides of the direction. Even if it's bullish or bearish, we're coming back down here. Right, we're coming here. So it's a very simple trade. You with me? Looks like it's hungry for the Nasdaq divergence. Where's gold? How's gold getting on? So if you didn't take that trade this morning, so if you didn't short here, no, I'm out on gold now, Ians. I'm out. It has gone back to fair value, so technically it's okay, but just happy with the money. So technically can reject from here, fair value. So if you didn't take this short here, and you didn't take this long back up, that'd be your first TP holding runners. There is no trade here. There is no trade. You missed it. A boo boo. So the next objective for me on the highs would be taking out the Nasdaq divergence. So for me, the very fact that we've come all the way back up here, I guess we've just filled the H1 Cibi, yeah, which is okay. It was technically it's still open for both. So if you're still short, just stop above the H1 Cibi, you're still okay. But for me, I'm only going to re-engage if we get up and take out the Nasdaq divergence on the high. But I've already annihilated my daily goal. So you'd want to be careful here for longs. The reason why I don't want to trade long up to take out the Nasdaq divergence is I just don't feel like we've got the juice today. We haven't got the volatility, i.e. the news, to drive us up there. Yes, it can do that, but this is where context keeps me out, and I prefer just to wait to see if it does that, right? And then I can trade accordingly when we're up there, versus trying to trade price up there when I personally don't feel like we've got the juice to get up there, right? So what I want to do is trade in alignment with something which is high probability, low risk, versus trying to force something which is the opposite. Which is high risk, low probability. All right, I got there. If this is just a shake and bake for a continuation, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So my morning's done, guys. My morning is done. So for those of you who caught those trades with me this morning, good stuff, well done. Bish bash bosh. If you're still holding gold, Andy, you're doing all right, mate. You're still alive. Bum, 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 bum. Where's our 15-minute low? All the way down at 92. If you like your inverted fair value gaps, there's your inverted fair value gap. See if we get down to this M15 low where they want to drive out the high. I'm just generally intrigued with which way it goes out from here. No, it's not an orb. Let's have a look actually. Now you say it. Not one that I'd want to trade Rambo, but so where you are right now. So what we can't get my words out. What we traded this morning was essentially a model inside of a schematic. Nothing really to do with wider, higher time frame draws and liquidity. It was as simple as trading a model inside of a schematic. That is it. Right? In terms of wider, higher time frame directional bias, I'm kind of mute. Because I've got arguments for both. I've got arguments for price to go and drive out the Nasdaq divergence. I've also got arguments for price to go and drive out these weak lows. So, this is just a simple trade, a liquidity pool trade using the principles of X levels, higher time frame points of interest, schematics, model. We are in such a deep premium on the daily, it's unbelievable. But if price just wants to keep squeezing shorts on a little short squeeze, go up to that Nasdaq divergence, it can do that. But for me, gun to head, I'd like to see us go and drive out these lows. I just don't feel like we've got the juice to get up there. We haven't got the volatility in the market. So if you're a inverted fair value gap trader, that's your inverted fair value gap. Personally, I'm not. I'm a total suit trader. And so this is my entry up here. But essentially, you'd be holding runners to come and take out this low, which is down at 92. If you're bearish. If you're bullish, you're looking to take out 700. And like if you're bullish, you're going outside of a premium to run out the high. If you're bearish, you don't want this high to go up. So it's a fight between the bulls and the bears at the minute. Inside this range. But this low here on a day when we haven't got any news is hella sus. Which, if we have a look at our wider daily range, will get us back into a discount of the current daily range. It's already taken the Asia low, and beyond that, you've got your breaker block. You'd be looking at a breaker block. Your breaker block's in here, which is essentially what we'll keep dipping off. There's your breaker block. So if you're bullish, you're wanting to go out here. If you're bearish, you're wanting to see that breaker block break. You want to be mindful of a gap fill. So a gap fill takes you to 50% of the daily range, which is your classic New York AM session reversal. A gap fill, or 50% of the daily range. which takes you down to 11, 12. So that's 50% of the daily range. Is ES gap filled yet? What's up with that? Almost. So there's your 50%, your daily range. So you want to be super careful here. Like if you're bearish, you just want to sit carve here, but that'd be a sensible place to pay yourself if you're still holding runners. If you're still holding positions, you're coming out to take out this 50-minute low, which is down at 92. So there's your gap fill on NQ. See if ES is gap filled. ES is still yet to gap fill. So what often happens here with when NQ gap fills and ES flirts is it goes off and then it comes back. So it's likely it's going to go run all the way back up into a premium here. Allow ES to go and flirt with the highs and then it'll come back. So 43.75 would mitigate. Do a 15-minute. I know we've got 7 minutes left on this candle to see if we've got an H175, 15 to 1 potentially. For me, you wouldn't want it back through the IFED on the 1 minute, on the 15 seconds, sorry, 1 second. I just realised you guys can't hear. You guys can't hear me, can you? I've literally just been speaking for about 10 minutes, and you guys can't. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Why doesn't anyone let me know? Gee, why didn't anyone say anything? I'm sat here for 5 minutes talking to myself. Wow. So basically, I'm still short. What we're talking about on ES, right? So ES flirting with this low, driving off, and then to come back to come take out the gap fill, which NQ had already filled, right? So now I'm looking for ES. Now it's broken the gap to continue and show signs of weakness to then pull NQ down. So I'm currently short on NQ up inside the premium side of this 1 minute DR, right? Just using X levels. I paid myself. And now I'm just holding runners, looking for it to come and drive out this low. I'm just looking for it to get down to 92, which is taking out this 15-minute low. I just don't feel like we've got the juice to come and take out the Nasdaq divergence today. I'm happily to be proved wrong, but at the moment I'm just using profits from this morning to take this trade. Just trying to capture some range. No, sorry, dude, that was my fault. I don't know why no one says anything. Sit there in silence. So if NQ takes out this high, you've got to be incredibly careful. It's more likely it's going to go and look for that Nasdaq divergence. I'm currently not looking for that. I'm bearish, looking to come and drive out this low. So I'm short coming to take out this low versus wanting price to go and take out the Nasdaq divergence. Even though I'm aware there is one, I just don't feel like we've got the volatility in the market today to get up there. So it's left the door open for later in the week or next week. Welcome in, My Mind Trends. Welcome in, brother. On YouTube today, my guy. If you've got any questions, mate, just feel free to reach out, but welcome in. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. So it's holding runners come and take out this low down at 91.25. It's asking a lot. What are you saying? Yes. In between the 262s on the hourly, just engineering liquidity. So so it didn't close below on the 15, so it hasn't broken structure on the 15. Or has it? It does, has it? Yeah, it has. Take that back. It did on the 15. So so 15 and so 1. 15 is 5. So essentially it's broken the 15. 15 seconds. That low in there that I had marked out is 15-second range. So it broke the 15-second and re-broke structure. So it broke down to a 15-minute fair value. Sloppy. What time is it now? 10:04. I was going to take another one off here. I don't particularly like how it's gone down to fair, breaking the 15 back to fair value on the 15, and then it's moved higher again. So I'll just take another one off there. Reduce my size. 2 contracts left. Still looking to target this 92. Just playing with profit in a minute. So when you're using X levels, you always want to ask yourself, where's price gone? Okay, so this low and this high, so you had a break of 15-second break of structure right in here. So it broke and then it re-broke on the 15. So it's now flipped bullish again off fair value on the 15, which is what I don't like. Back up into 1 minute, back into a 1 minute prem. So I'm still looking for 92, just reduce risk. So who's bagging me this morning on stream on YouTube? 62% now, yes. Oh, it's gone up 2%. Eesh. Let's get some. Let's go, guys. Still holding runners for 92. Andy, I don't know if you're still holding on to your gold, dude. She is flaky. Don't like that divergence on the higher. So you wouldn't want to see price through 50.75. So up on here, red pillars, that's delayed SMT up on that high with ES. So don't worry about ES taking it out. That's delayed SMT. So for me, my buck stop is I do not want to see price above this high. If it goes above this high, it will take my runners out. So my stops are now above that high. Which is basically break even for me. Just holding runners for 92. Yeah, it's slowly turning into a rubber dinghy, isn't it? If you didn't pay yourself anyway. Are we printing or are we printing, guys? Are we printing or are we printing? Make sure you're paying yourself en route. We're back down inside of a 15-minute discount. Sensible place to pay yourself if you've not done so already, all right? Bosh! Bosh! Let's get some. Let's go, guys. Let's get us that target, boy. We want that M15 low. That's what we want. Want it? Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go. Let's get some. And then beyond that, if you want to hold runners, come and take out this little doji on the hourly, which will take you down to 496. Be my guest. But you might have to wait all day for that. Don't do it, NQ. There we go. There we go, baby. Let's get some.
That's a burger. It's good.
If you want to hold runners from here, just be my guest. Now you just help. Now you're just holding runners for Hail Marys. So your last target. So my last runner, I'm holding a runner to go and take out this doji on the hourly, which is going to take us all the way back down to my M15 week low. So for those of you which have been reading my daily plans today, which are free for everybody, I might add, 93.75 is going to be my final TP. Five Limbs Media, get some. Did you capture the short? Five Limbs Media. Are you in this trade? Who else is in this trade? Who's on this trade? Everyone dipped early. What's wrong with you? Or everyone bagged with me earlier? What's the deal? Shahub Hussein. Yeah, boy. Get some. You find someone who's giving you that high. I dare you. Double day. And this is my exact problem with those who trade things like inverted fair value gaps. If you trade an inverted fair value gap today, oh boo boo. Your ass handed to you. Come on, ES. Time to go. Time to go. We want blood. Where's Elmo? So this is where you just got to be comfortable sitting in your trade. If you want my advice, do not be going long. Not until at least you get down to this M15 anyway. This week low on the M15. I don't know what retracement you're talking about, bro, or how you're measuring it. But it's certainly not how I measure it. Yeah, there's a key way of how I draw dealing ranges. Basically, X levels is a fundamental part of the way I trade. So if you draw dealing ranges different to how I draw dealing ranges, we're going to be on completely different hymn sheets. We can get rid of that now. Anybody holding runners still on NQ with me? So in at 45.75, that's my current entry. Paid 92. Holding a runner to get down to 95. It was a beautiful 15-1, bro. It was indeed. So this is my current short. So this is my one contract left, going down from 95.50. Oh, Shab Hussein's in. Let's get some, YouTube. Just gonna have to buckle up for the ride. Yeah, you should have all smashed your daily goals today. Oosh. Get some. Good stuff. Good stuff, Shab. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for that. Means a lot. No, I can understand that. Animal. Engineer's a cool job, though. There's nothing wrong with being an engineer. I think if I had my life again, I'd study as an engineer. I think it's a cool job. Five Limbs Media. What's your Discord name? If you're inside Red Pill, apologies if you are. Oh, my mind trends. You've just joined, haven't you, bro? Like literally like an hour ago. Or were you on the daily plans before that or something? I don't know. I'm confused. Nah, man, I've been at it for nearly 20 years. Not worth it unless you love it. Well, it depends if you built something OG. Like if I don't know if you've like if you've been part of like building a fucking spaceship going to Mars, and you're an engineer, I think that's a pretty cool job. But if you're working on, I don't know, the insides of a larder engine, it's probably not quite as interesting. Depends what you're doing. Working your ass off as someone who sits on a yacht. Yeah, that's life, bro. That's life. I don't know what's it? So when you have all the streaming stuff on, it goes a bit laggy sometimes. But yeah, you'll get there, Shao. You'll get there, my guy. If you ever want to jump into Red Pill and actually learn how to trade turtle suits versus just me jumping on Red Pill and just doing a little bit of jargoning, you're more than welcome to. If you actually want to learn how to trade the actual very high, the swing highs, which is how I trade. I trade turtle suits. I don't trade anything else. That's all I trade. Turtle suits. Oh, you're welcome. Why did you bottle it? Why have you bottled the trade? Why did you choke it? Why choke it? Oh, you trade still on your whole. Oh, okay. Okay. You're just gonna leave it and let it rip skis. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you. I'm with you. My mind's media. I'm with you. Welcome in though. If you have any questions, mate, feel free to reach out. That's what it's all about, right? And it won't be before too long you are full-time trading. Come on, NQ. I'm getting hungry now, mate. So potential for a 5-minute continuation. It's not really got the delivery for it though, in terms of the aggressive displacement that you'd be looking for. So if price does decide to come back up, you'd want it to respect this 5 minutes, Sibi. So basically, I don't want to see it back through the gap. The RTH gap. Let's go, baby. Let's get some. Let's go for these weak lows. So there's fair value on the hourly, so you want to be careful. Price can bounce from here. If you want to pay yourself right here, okay? If you don't want to fight for these extra 10 handles or whatever, 20 handles, just pay yourself here. So look at ES. So ES is now taking out our low, right? The low that we've been talking about all day. So I'm actually just going to close it here. I'm not going to go for this low. I'm just taking it off here. I'm not going to fight over 10 handles, guys. All right, so there you go. From the highs to the lows. Oh, I gotta cut that too early, didn't I? So I hope you caught that, guys. But here's my trade. So terminated, flip short, all the way down to 19. Scaled out, 34, 39, 92, 19. Aight! There you go, there's your objective field. So that's gonna wrap it up for me today on YouTube, guys. I hope you found that valuable and you caught some bago tagos with me today. But that's going to be it for me. Going to go eat, going to go chill out, and yeah, do some other things for a bit. All right, so take it easy, have good ones, and I will catch you very, very soon. Take it easy, guys. But that was an absolute monster trade. Love that. All right, take it easy.